Hi, today will be doing an addition of the stars by first decreasing them of lines of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then increasing them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's begin. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to include the library iOS stream, then using namespace because we're going to be using count, and when you use that, you need that. We want to use two functions, okay? We're going to do void print line int, and then void print line. And then in every C++ program, you need a main function. So this is what we're going to do. And we're going to call our recline function by using 5 for the lines. So in other words, we're saying we want 5 lines. And this is what I mean by that again. See how it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 before completely decreasing? That's why. Okay, so now we're going to print the recursion. I could say that better. So it's going to be void rec print line integer n, and then I'll tell you specifically why we used integer. It could be integer t, integer u, whatever. I decided to use integer n. Integer n is greater than 0. For integer I is equal to 0, so initializing I is less than n, I plus plus. So we're going to keep, what we're asking the compiler to do is add stars. Just keep adding stars over and over again. That's all we're asking it to do. And then count and all rec print line is 1. Bam. For int I is 0. I is less than n, I plus plus. Count star. We pretty much did the same thing that we did here, but in a different way. What I mean is right here and right here. We're asking the compiler to print the star a certain amount of times. Okay, so you're asking, well, what's going on here? So I'll take a break to show you guys what's going on. I need one more bracket to close this completely. So integer n is greater than 0, or if integer n is greater than 0. For integer I is assigned to 0, is assigned to 0. So integer I is already 0. So that means there's 0 stars. If I is less than the number of lines, so if you're asking, well, how do I know what the number of lines are, right? I'm going to highlight this, and if you can tell, the function is called rect print line, and then we're using a variable of integer n, right? An integer of n. So if you go to the main function, we put a rect print line of an integer 5. So we're pretty much just carrying that over, but in the form of n. So we're doing we pretty much initialized it here, but we're just carrying over in the form of n. So if n is greater than 0, which it is, so this is what the compiler will do because n is greater than 0. For I is 0 and I is the star, okay, and this is how we know it's a star because it says count this, which is star symbol. I less than n, which is 5, I plus plus. So as long as I is less than 5, then you keep adding to it. And then you count end all, which means a new line for each one. And then now we're rect print lining 5 minus 1. So pretty much 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then so on. And this is what you this is half of what you get, right? But we're not done yet, so don't get too comfy. Now we're going to do print by iteration. Do print by iteration. I'm going to put this up a little so you guys can see. So I'm going to do that. We had another function, right? Int size. I'm going to do bam, top half. For int j is assigned to size. J is greater than 0, j minus minus. So if you can remember what we did in that other one, it's kind of the same thing, but of course I will go over it for you so you guys can understand more. Trying to type and talk at the same time. I plus plus, and trying to look at this as you probably follow along and see if you can kind of tell what's going on yourself. So we got the top half up. So we got the top half. Now we're going to do the bottom half. Let me say the bottom half for you. So for, I think something is missing though. Oh no, that's why. Okay. For integer j is 0. J is less than size j plus plus. For integer I is 0. I is less than j. I plus plus. 2 for loops. Don't forget your brackets when you do for loops. And then we're going to print that star, because that's what we did in the other one, right? And we need to do that. And this is using a different method, but it's doing the same exact thing that the other one did, but with a different method. So it's pretty interesting how coding works. It's giving me error. Let me see what I'm doing wrong. Okay. See? Okay. I don't know if you can tell, but it kept going. It's still going. So it's going all the way down, and it's not stopping. So what I had to do to fix this is I was missing a bracket somewhere. And the bracket was for this for statement. So it's right here. And then I needed another bracket right here. So it would be, I would put a count end all here. And this means ending, making a new line. So and then I would make another bracket. And I think that's what fixed the error. Yeah. So heads up for anyone that's wondering. But yeah, that's that. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me go over it real quick. So for the second part, what I'm saying by iteration, what I'm saying is for the top half and for the bottom half, as opposed to for the recursion, what seems to be kind of grouped together. Notice how there's no top or bottom portions, kind of just like if and for, as opposed to both. For is just double time, right? For iteration. So it's what it's saying is that for the integer size, so J is the size, okay? As long as J is greater than 0, J minus minus, and count end off. So for I is 0, so again, these are the stars. I is a star. I is less than J, which J is size, and apparently J is 5 because that's what we called it for the other one. Although, notice how this isn't being called. Isn't that kind of interesting? Please take note of that, though, how that print line has not been called in that way, but yet it's still able to use size as an initiator, and the reason why is because it's not what's in main that, I guess, whatever you want to call it, counts. It's the prototype. And the prototype, we were initializing whatever variable we want it to be, and we initialize it to integer. And so even though we did not call it in main, it's fine because we already initialized it in our prototype, which is, the void thing. So we have a size now, and the size is 5. As long as it's under 5, then minus, minus, minus. And then this one is, like I said, this one's the same thing as recursion, but it's a different method. All right, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, just ask me in the comments down below. Like, subscribe, and share. Also, I will be having this code on GitHub, so if you guys need it, it will be there for you. I'll put a link in the description bar. All right, thank you. Bye.